Hey, how's it going? Just want to try and get this finished. It's got some just finer scratches that I need to get out from the 180. Um, Other than that, I should be good to go to put a finish on it. At least start to put a finish on it. It's going to take a couple of days. It's got Gorilla Glue. The crack on the other side is yeah, that's the better part of going across the top here. So, you can see it. Oops. You can see it there. This side is filled with super glue. So I let it sit for a couple of days, and I also filled in this side of the crack with wood shavings. I think they're red gum ones. Anyway, if they're not, they're dark and the wood's light, so I think it should stand out alright. This crack here, there's the crack that follows up. Can't see it. Yeah. I haven't got the camera on the right angle, but so I'm just mainly sanding at the moment. Just try and finish it off, neaten it up. Oh, gee, thanks. Stupid sometimes. I just got a notification from my own live. It's like, yeah, I'm in it. How you going, Tommy? How's your day been? How you going, Blake? Yeah, how's the new lathe going? The next thing you need to do, Blake, is ask your dad to show you how to make your own tools. I'm sure you'll get there one day, Blake. You're already a better turner than me, and I've other turners. I've been sanding this for nearly 4 hours, I suppose. Not today, but overall, trying to get it right. Just going to chuck a little bit of metho on it now and see if I can see any spots I've missed. Got any projects planned, Blake? Tommy? Seeing the imperfections in this corner that I thought were not all in one go, though, Tommy. I've got to have a couple hours smoko in between. But it's about time I did it. So some of the spots that I was thinking were scratches, they're actually cracks. So that'll be why I couldn't sand them out. Do you have any idea on what style of bowl you'd like to do, or do you think you'd need to see the piece of wood first? Because sometimes that's what makes my mind up, the piece of wood. these all the cracks that are radiating out from the other side of this point here and this point here. Um, I don't know if you can see that. To be honest, I'll move my light a little bit so it's not so bright. You can see the dark lines there, kind of radiating out pretty much all the way around it. You can feel ridges, like you can feel where they've moved slightly. So when I sand them, I try and hold my hand underneath like this, try and cradle it a little bit. How you going, Yappy? Yeah. It's kind of hoping to finish it today, Blake. Well, not finish it, but at least start lacquering it. I can't put any Yorkshire Grit on this because I'm not game enough. I like my fingers too much, so it'll just get a little bit of my shine juice on there, and then the clear gloss over the top. Yeah, I can do that, Blake. Sure. Watch that you don't get seasick. Sorry for anyone that's got headphones on. This might be loud. Nope, not too bad, I suppose. How's that? See those cracks? They'll all come out from the center there. Like this one here in particular, that's been super glued, but that's moved. That piece there is higher than that piece there. So it's a bit. No, Yappy. He wins, hands down. He wins sandpaper down. No competition here. I just want to try and be a little bit more definitive and just, niddly fiddly with it, and instead of just going, oh yeah, that'll do, good enough. Put some polish on it. This is pine. It was a log about maybe about 6 inches round, I suppose, maybe. This is just roadside find. It was cracked and dried when I found it. And like I said, I've put a lot of super glue in this one here. When I first started it, a couple of the earwigs strongly recommended that I take it out. So I did. And that's when I got some super glue and stuff stuck into it. Give it another douse of metho. I put I used Gorilla Glue, super glue, Gorilla super glue, and I put because the majority of the crack is actually on the back, yappy, just the part of this that shows through, and I put red gum in there. So it's not a bright red, but it stands out from the pine at least. How you going, Stace? No, it was metho, Stace. That can evaporate off like that. I'm not turning it on and taking that off. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh, bit of hot water. So I'm gonna try maybe my next live. Might try a wand. I got gum branches, nice and fresh, nice and green. Oh, they only fell off like last week or something. when we were on our walk today, they were in the cemetery near us is our turning point when we go for a walk. So we noticed some branches on the ground in there, and not over graves or anything. They'd been pulled aside by the groundsman and stuff. But yeah, we grabbed a whole heap. But there's one here I haven't cut up yet. But cut them all to 400 mil. So have you evaporated off yet? I'm always quiet. That's just me, quiet. Put the spew tray down so I don't get my motor for my lathe is like down there. I've got another piece of grapevine that I started today. Well, technically, I started it yesterday because I put expanding glue down into the chasms. That's all right, Robert. Doing good. How you going? Yeah, so I put Gorilla expanding glue down there yesterday, and then I put it on the lathe yesterday, and I knocked off the bark that I couldn't get off, neatened it up, tapered it just slightly because I wouldn't mind trying to do a tumbler. I don't really care if it doesn't hold any water. I just want to try it. So that could be tomorrow. That might be the next day. I don't know, because I wouldn't mind trying wands. Yeah, it's nice wood though. It's rather stable considering the cracks. They don't actually seem to widen, but I thought it's because of the size of them and how deep they look like they go down. It might be best to just put some glue in there. This one's just got Gorilla super glue and then wood shaving shoved down inside it. We've got tin and everything ready, so I put one coat of clear. Just because I'm impatient and just want to see what it looks like. That's basically the only reason. And to Robbo's astoundment, I've actually been making handles for my lathe. Sorry if that was loud. Well, I suppose I'm not really sorry, otherwise I would have muted it, but trying to defrost the van. Go and put some get the kettle and put some boiling water or a pot of boiling water over it. Just don't crack the windows. Sorry, I can't say I've ever experienced having to defrost a car like that. Yeah, I will, Blake. I never do anything on New Year's Eve. It's just another day, really, to be honest. Damn. What do you guys go by, Fahrenheit or Celsius? I've still got. Can you see that? 85, and it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes to. All right, I'll get you that one. It's 5 to 8 at night here, and it is 27. I don't know if I can show you this one. The red thing's on the wall. See that? It's nice though. The galahs are flying around being pests as usual, you know. Big bastards. Nice blue skies. Yeah, I always said when I was younger that I'd like to. I wish I could afford to just live in summer, you know. Leave here in the winter time and go to the other side of the world where the summer is. Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it? Cool, I got to put a mask on for that. I'll send your dad a message on Messenger and let him know, Blake, all right? Actually, you know what? I'll take that back. I'll go and ask the weather lady right now, okay? What's the temperature in Adelaide tomorrow?
The forecast for tomorrow in Adelaide, South Australia shows partly sunny skies with a high of 31 and a low of 17 degrees.
There you go. So they take that temperature in the shade. So it's about another 4 or 5 degrees hotter out here. So yeah, about 35. I might start at about 10 o'clock in the morning, I reckon. 10 o'clock my morning, sorry. If my speech is a little bit muffled, it's because I'm putting this on. Thank you for coming in, Blake. Have a good day, a night, whatever it is. Yeah, Robert, I'll show you. Yeah, good stuff. Stinks to high heaven, but it's nice. I was using some other stuff before. It was just I can't even remember the name of the brand. I think I only brought it because it was a large can, nearly a litre can, and it was like $20 or something like that. Where normally you'd only get like 500 ml can or something. They didn't have any of that left, so I got some of this, and as it turns out, this is much better. It's a pretty popular brand. Often used in that Rust-Oleum brand anyway, because their nozzles you can spray in any direction. That comes in handy with projects and stuff. Hang on.
Good afternoon. Or good evening.
Good evening.
Put on my BBC radio voice tonight.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Do the bow. No, yeah, maybe a little like tomorrow or something, Robert. I'll knock the top off it a little bit with a green scour, and then give it another couple of coats of polish. What'd you have to say?
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you happen to be. Stace, Robert, and whoever else is in the chat that I can't see.
It was Jappy and Blake, but they've both left.
Oh, yeah, right. What did I have for tea?
Yeah.
Steak, eggs, and tomatoes.
I'm coming to your house. I'll be there tonight, all right? No, it's too late. Damn it.
Yes,
No, they. Sorry, go.
the steak was still moving, which is the way
Oh,
I like it.
nice.
Singed on each side.
I was just telling him about our lovely weather, and Stace said it's snowing over there, so he can keep
Uh,
that.
yeah, they can have it on their. They can have that on their own. I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's still 27 here.
It's about 18 here at the moment, I think.
Yeah, getting a bit chilly.
Yeah, I've actually had to put a jumper on. Nah, steaks, that's ruination of a good steak. Anything over medium is the steak has had it.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it on medium, maybe a little bit under, but not too much. I don't like it blue.
Uh, steaks reckon it's got to be well done, so as you know it's dead.
No. The only thing that needs to be partially well done is a lamb roast and pork, so you get the crackling.
Yeah, that's right. Lamb should be just a little bit pink in the middle.
Cold dump and miserable here, but no snow yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't think it gets as cold here as what it does where you guys are.
No, fortunately.
So I got 400 mil
You got a stick.
and 400 mil.
You got a stick. Yeah.
What? You didn't like that?
I did. I was just a bit worried that you're going to take off your shirt and start putting paint on.
Hell no. Only I should be what do you call it? Not have nightmares at looking at that. Thanks. No one else needs it.
Well, you and Mark would make a good pair. Mark with his pole dancing and you when you're doing your corroboree.
Hey, some bloody native had pulled me up and I was getting shit.
G'day, Tommy.
So I got a I got this stick. So you reckon I could? I'm kind of maybe just chop that bit off there, get rid of that as part of a wand. I mean,
Yeah, possibly.
No.
But hey, Stace, that's why we use forks to stop them from running off the plate. You hold it down with the fork. Yeah, that's about right, Tommy. Smack it on the backside and put it on a plate.
Yeah. Good old Skippy.
Tell you what, it's been trying hard to rain and all day over here, I reckon, and it hasn't rained yet, but Justin was saying that he had rain over his side.
Yeah, a couple hours apart, aren't you?
Yeah. And the mountain range apart too. That's the biggest
okay.
thing.
That might stop it.
Trust me, Robert, I don't have the energy to chase it anymore. It's only got to get 3 feet ahead of me, and I just shrug my shoulders and say, bugger it, let it go.
I can't throw the skew that far anymore. Bugger it, let it go.
Well, just think those on the other side of the world have still got a day to go to get to New Year's Eve, to get to New Year. So
Yep.
we're ahead of them.
Yeah, we can tell them what the weather's going to be like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whether COVID's going to improve.
Yeah. What weather? And there's a car crash up the road. Just avoid that.
Yeah. Well, one of my wishes has come true tonight.
Oh yeah. What's her name?
No. Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide. I think Perth as well. Not sure.
Yep.
Are not having fireworks displays.
Yep.
And I cannot understand why cities should spend bloody $2 million for 10 minutes entertainment on one night of the year, when they could do so much more with that bloody money than that. And I reckon COVID's starting to sort all these problems out where they're...
Yeah. Well, they could make 2 government commercials with that $2 million.
Right, that's right, yeah.
So I found a slab of wood today. Did I show you that piece of wood? It looked like it was red.
Ah.
But it's not. I think all those holes are the what's those, the plates that you get with all the
multi-nail plates,
yeah, for buildings and stuff.
G'day, Eva.
Well, how you going, Eva? When I cut into it,
yeah, it looks just like pine to me.
Yeah, it smells like pine too. It bloody tricked me. I thought it was going to be something like something nice. Like, oh, you bastard.
Yeah,
Look,
just don't put your tongue on it, Tommy. No, what those marks are, Jay, are where it's been fed through a big thicknesser or a saw.
Oh yeah,
they're the feed rollers.
Yeah, never seen that before.
Yeah.
So my whole dilemma today was I wanted to do that square piece that I just showed you. I was just going to do a small platter, or I don't really know. I'm sure you could think of something more fancier than that, but I needed the bloody truck to do it, didn't I? So I had to finish this one. Next on my bucket list is go and buy another bloody truck.
You're a meanie, Stace.
Someone has to be.
Well, Tommy said that the lock to the paddock's some padlock's been locked up and frozen solid, and Stace said lick the lock to see if it's fresh ice. You end up with your tongue stuck to it.
Yeah. As long as you got a mate with you, Tommy, that can piss on it for you. That'll get it off for you every time.
The same effect as CA glue.
Does it?
Oh, hello, Karen. Sorry, I forgot you were in the background there. You managed to get all the scratches out of that bowl, did you?
Yes. And some of the things that I thought were scratches, when I put the metho on there, they were actually little cracks.
Oh, yeah.
So I was wondering why I couldn't sand them out, and that'll be it.
Yep.
Bloody whacker. I'm just going to mute my mic because I need to shake this can.
Shake it, baby, shake it. do the rumba or do the dance around the workshop. You all right, Eva? No worries. Got your priorities right anyway.
Yeah, come on.
Coffee.
Didn't I send you a link? No?
I'd say so.
Yeah, I did. Cheeky bugger. Get off the toilet. You're lucky I decided to turn and not drink. Is that noisy?
No, it's not too bad.
All right, cool.
Is Tommy in the background?
Yeah, he's there. Oh, no, not in here. No.
Oh, yeah.
I can send him a link, no.
It says right in and the kettle is on. I was just wondering whether it was in the background there or not. That was all.
Oh, no. He's got no excuses now. I just sent him a link.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I won't be able to understand him, but that's nothing.
Hey, last time I told Amber that he was online, she just watched on her phone. She was one of the lurkers in the background. One of Tommy's admirers, you know.
Yeah. The Mars Marauder.
Yeah.
Tommy says that he can't seem to join on his phone for some reason, or he would be in.
Oh yeah, likely excuse.
I couldn't get in on my phone either. I wouldn't know how to do it.
All as I'm hearing is excuses, Tommy. I don't care, eh? It's all good. I'm just giving you shit. Did Justin end up getting that the tool usage right?
Yeah, sort of, but he's just not confident with doing it, that's all. He'll be down in a couple of weeks anyway to get his tool rests, so.
Yep. So the blanks that I cut up to do my my lathe handles, is it going to be all right with the grain running that way?
That's the way it's supposed to run, yeah.
All right, I'm just making sure which way was going to be stronger.
No, you never make handles cross grain at all, never.
Would a handle out of a gum branch be all right, or would it be too brittle?
No, that'll be fine.
Right.
They only need to. They only need to be about 3 or 4 inches long.
Yeah.
You can make the one. You can make the one on the tailstock a bit longer if you like, but not too many.
Well, the one I've got one handle. I don't know what it's going to go on yet, but I'm going to chop it off there.
Yeah, that's
I've
all
only
right.
made it. I only made it that size to sit in the chuck.
Yeah.
Well, you got some static around you, have you?
Me? Why?
Don't mind me. Because your hair's all doing.
Oh, my hair.
like you've got a like you've got a
No,
balloon and rubbed it on your head.
no. What I was going to do was like this, and then I could be like Nick.
Yeah, you better go get some colour.
Sorry, what was that?
You need purple in there.
Yeah, well, I've actually got some paint out there that I could paint it red, white, and blue, I reckon.
Big Union Jack, you reckon, eh?
No, Aussie flag, I'd put the 7 stars on my forehead, you know.
Who with the stars on their forehead? Someone from the young ones, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, red, white, and blue, I reckon, down the middle, Robert. Tricolour. And as I said, the 7 straight, the Southern Cross with the Confederation star in there as well.
Yeah, Tommy, when I have to join StreamYard on my phone, I have to go through Chrome only. Every other browser that I've got on my phone, it just comes up and it's like a link that just says, here, copy this and go to Chrome. Oh, bugger off to Chrome. We don't want you.
Oh yeah, I'd have to shave the sides as well, and then to make my hair stand up properly, I'd really have to put gel or something on it because I've got very fine hair and it just flops down. What there is of it.
Has Julie got some hairspray?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. Just fine.
Yeah.
That'll make it so stiff you'll go to put a headset on and it'll stick up.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's seen the recent photos on Facebook of the latest fashion with women's hair where they shave right back to the middle there and then just leave. Yeah, I could use CA. That'd be a good thing, Robert. That's what you'd call a permanent. And then they leave 2 tufts of hair on the side here that hang down, you know, look like bloody cow's ears.
Yeah. It's the tweens that like that, isn't it?
Ah, bloody ridiculous.
What are you trying to spell, Tommy?
Vivian.
Vivian.
I'm trying to think what you said that he's trying to spell.
Come on, mate. Speak the mother's tongue.
No, it's funny you're talking about this and that. Zoom can only be used on Chrome, or it is on my computer anyway.
All right. I think that's what I use on my computer anyway, so I've never had that come up. Oh, the young ones. Okay.
You're talking about Vivian out of the young ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was VIVIEN, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I know, Robert. That's how the punks did it in the 70s. was quite handy actually. You can pick them up and lay them horizontal, and with their spiked hair, you could put beautiful texture on bowls and things like that. You know.
Oh,
And
look out, Robbo.
and if
Oh,
you
look
turn
out.
and if you turned them upside down, you could distress a tabletop. You know.
How you going, Eva?
Good morning.
Good evening, Eva.
Do I sound a bit weird?
Are you
Yeah,
tired?
well, I'm not going to say anything.
Oh dear. I kind of slept long today.
Been lazy, have you?
Heck no, my papa foot is hurting.
Oh, that's no good.
Like papa.
Yeah, that's it,
Did you-
Justin. Yeah, IAN. Yeah.
You got a headache, Eva?
No. Why would I have a headache?
I don't know. What were you just saying?
I say I have pain in my foot.
Oh, okay. So
That's what I was saying. Hello, Tommy Rabbit Stays Job. Is there someone I forgot? Yeah, Karen. Karen! I'm sorry, I just felt for. I think I haven't talked for 2 days, so I'm gonna be like blah, 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 worse than normal.
Oh, so
Why?
normal.
Yeah, why change your habits?
Well, sometimes you need to be silent.
No, don't be like that. We'll think something's wrong.
Yeah, I know, but usually something is wrong when I'm very silent, because either I'm sad, angry, or tired.
Which one is it today?
But now I'm just freezing. Oh, you've been on for over an hour. Oh
Yeah,
dear,
yeah.
I'm late.
Jawohl.
Jawohl, did you say that?
Jawohl.
Jawohl, jawohl, ich liebe Alkohol. Oh, sorry, I don't know where I got that from, but there was something we were saying when we were younger. It's just stupid.
Oh, thanks a lot, Eva.
You were
You're
young.
welcome.
You were young once, Eva, were you?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you, Robbo, that I was young once. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Hey, Eva.
you're still younger than I am.
I know.
Yeah.
Can you see that map of Australia on the screen?
Yes, I can see Melbourne.
Yep. Where it's got
All
that,
along?
the very tip of Australia underneath Melbourne there, right down the very bottom?
We can't see Tasmania, no.
No, the very tip of Australia there.
The Taralog?
Yeah, under that even more, right down the bottom there, that's where Robbo lives.
Oh, you live on that peninsula there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just.
Oh my God.
If you see the Star of Melbourne and you go to the bottom right-hand point, or if
Yeah.
you like the southeastern point, we live right at that point there.
Oh, is it? Nice. Robert, for some weird reason, I'm younger than most in here, and that's weird.
I don't know. How old are you, Ethan?
Oh, no,
We're not
you
talking
never,
about you, Jay,
we,
because you're
we
like
never,
a baby.
You never ask a woman's age.
I wasn't gonna, but then she brought up the age thing, you know?
Yeah. And normally, Robert, if I am silent, you either get the silent treatment or I'm just tired.
You just don't come in, right?
Oh, that happened also. That's when I'm really, really something. Oh, Tommy, I'm not that older than you. This is like 2 years or something. Oh, kitty cat.
Ancient, mate.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm warming my
no.
hands on the
On the bum
on
cheeks.
on the coffee, on the bum cheeks. Well, that works when I'm lying down, you know. That's what I do then. When I lie down, I put my hands under my bum. Because at least there it's
And,
warm.
and tell me, Eva, do you have a Nubian slave to feed you peeled grapes, do you?
A Nubian slave? No, I don't yet. I wish I did, though. When it gets hot especially, then I wished one would stand behind me with a palm leaf and wave it so gracefully
Right.
silent and effective.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Don't you dream of having like a mermaid behind you waving tail fins or something?
Oh, my wife does that. She
Yeah.
stands behind me and fans me down. Generally, I
No.
think she's trying to swat me.
I've got enough hands now. I'm fine now.
Yeah, I know, Tommy, it's not that much. But you're so proud that you're 2 years older, yeah. Or younger, I mean. Where did Stace go? Stace!
Might be coffee time.
Oh, she went. Or maybe she's listening and had to deal with some kid stuff.
Smells of fish, Tommy.
Now you're being naughty, Tommy. Absolutely naughty.
Are you down at the docks, Tommy?
I could give you a very, very long answer to that about what's and whys and stuff like that, but I don't think you want to hear it, so therefore I'm not starting it. Oh, so that is not the wine, grapevine. That it looks like some pine tree of some sort.
This is grapevine.
Yeah, it still looks awesome. You still have some to fill.
I made a box, and this one's going to be a tumbler. And
a tumbler? What's a tumbler?
Just a large cup, really.
Yeah.
Just a what? Just a large?
A large cup.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'll put some expanding glue in there.
I thought you said spandex first.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And in there, yeah. It helps with cracks.
Yeah, very much so, especially when you turn, because it's so hard.
Thank you for the explanation, Tommy. I thought the chat had gone down the tube.
Well, we didn't dive too deep into it this time, Robbo.
To be honest, Robbo, I thought he'd been hanging around with Dark too much with that comment.
I wouldn't be surprised though. Dark and Tommy are a bit alike, aren't they?
There you go, Eva. Age doesn't bother him. Doesn't bother Tommy, you see. Hang on, wait.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
my wife. That used to be my wife when she was working.
I thought it was an effigy first, but I can see clearly now it's someone riding a broom.
Going to work.
So you mean you have raised her proper, so she's now under your slavehood?
Yeah, she's at home now. She's retired.
Is she bored yet?
That came out wrong. I'm sorry.
No, she's not bored. She's always got something to do. So
keeping you busy.
Sorry.
Keeping you busy. Entertained.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about entertained, but she's been organising a big craft thing that she's for herself, like a big craft cabinet to keep everything in one place.
Oh yeah.
So
would be
building that.
When can we see her stuff? What she does?
I might bring it out one night. She does beautiful cards, and she's an excellent toll or folk painter.
Toll or what painter?
Folk art painter.
Folklore, folk art. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. I was about to order me some watercolors, some aquarellos. And then I realized that the company I was ordering from were using the wrong delivery company, so I couldn't order from them because I can't get it then. Because then I have to go to one of them places to pick it up. And it's still Corona time, so I can't go and pick anything up.
No, well, we've had new restrictions put on as well at the moment.
Again, yeah.
Yep.
They have started the vaccinations though with the elderly folks here.
Yeah, they're not taking any chances this time. It's just they've closed all the borders again, reduced the number of people that are allowed in places. So
yeah, we were stopping airplanes from UK to land here, but then the airline companies and the passengers, the assholes, they overruled that by landing Denmark first, and then they went on a plane from Denmark to get here, but there were still people from UK on the plane, you know? How can you be so stupid? Don't people realize what it's about and all these new mutations and all of that? And it's and you still behave so totally focused on your own ego.
Yeah.
Yep, Tommy, but you have the new muted stuff over there. More than one muted version. So it's that's why it goes so extra fast now.
I was speaking to another English chap that I talk to fairly often, and he's like me. He can't understand why they don't close the whole country down instead of just certain areas, because people are just going into the next area and shopping and wandering around doing what they wanted to do instead of staying in their own place.
Yeah, and since UK is an island, they could have stopped it way earlier, but people are complaining about being in lockdowns, but why just not eat that sour apple and be in a lockdown to try and stop it then? They could have been like New Zealand by now if they did that.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Take note of what they did. And well, they're a lot smaller though, but
they're
not that much smaller land-wise, but their
population-wise, it's huge.
Yeah. UK is highly populated. There's really hard time to get to get 2 meters apart if you're like 10,000 people walking around in the village because you need to go shopping. So it's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been, Tommy. It should have been, especially when you are so populated as you are, so many million people. Is it 20 billion or something in UK only, not including Ireland?
Well, it's more than that.
Ireland.
Like, it's 18 million in Australia, so England have been more densely packed than that.
What? You have to be more than 8 million in Australia. Come on.
18, I said. 18 million.
Yeah, thank you. I was so...
Yeah, that's the problem, Tommy, when you're a contractor. Yeah, 65 million in England. There you go.
But don't you get company support or stuff like that, self-employee support and sick leave support, that you get sick leave money if you have any type of a sickness with a fever and you have to absolutely stay home? Because that is the problem in America, because they don't have this security, money security for poor people, so they have to work or they will starve.
Yeah. No, well, I was sort of reading a little bit about it in England today, and my friend reinforced it, that there's some absolute rogues out of there that have made a fortune out of COVID, claiming benefits and this and that, and the ones that really need it can't get it.
Yeah, it's happening all over the world, though.
Yeah. No, Jay, that's come up really nice, actually, for a crappy old bit of pine.
Yeah, it did actually.
And it actually looks graceful for a change. What did you do wrong?
Hello, Blakey.
Maybe it's all the time I spent sanding it.
Well, that's the secret. Oh, good day, Blake. Welcome back.
How you
So
going,
where's
Blake?
Daddy then? Where's
He
Jappy?
he won't be far off.
Of course
Probably.
not.
Probably looking over his shoulder, so we better not say anything about him, eh?
Yeah. Oh, you know that bloke Jappy. Ha 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 ha.
You're
Well, it
all
was
right.
nice to be here for 10 minutes then, or something. So what you gonna do tonight then? Or how many hours is it left for the year for you guys?
2. No, 3.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Is he sleeping? Oh my God, Blake. Is he late sleeping or have he been up for a bit? Robert, that's the best tip ever. See Nick for sanding tips.
Yeah.
So you had your special New Year Eve's meals and you're gonna have some
No.
sparkling.
No,
No,
it's just a normal day.
Yeah, normal day for us. Nothing special.
Well, we usually have lumber soup or beef. What's it called again? The tenderloin of the beef. It's called something else.
Beef something else?
Yeah, the tenderloin of the beef. The fillet.
Steak.
Not the steak. The fillet. The extra tender part. The poo muscle. Well, it actually is a poo muscle, so that's why it's so tender.
Trying to think what it is.
All I get in my hand is tambourine, but it's not called tambourine. The tip of it, it's usually called something else, but slightly like that.
Yeah, just the sirloin. That's what I was thinking of, but I don't think it's
Sirloin. I never heard that. Oh, he's working night.
Yeah.
That's a new word for me. Sirloin. Is that for the beef?
Yeah.
And for the pig, it's the tenderloin, or what?
Eva,
yes.
It's sirloin to you.
Sirloin. Loin.
Yeah, it's supposed to be loin.
I know.
The loin, but it has another name for the tip bit of it. It's in restaurant world, and it's called the blah 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 tambourine, but not the blah blah tambourine.
Yeah. That's a pretty fancy name.
Well, if you play it nice, he would play music for you.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm talking about, Rob, about the word I'm meaning there. Can't you remember it either? Oh, it's served as a restaurant. It sounds way better, doesn't it? But it is a poo muscle, so you have it too. If you poo a lot, your muscle like that would be really nice. Oh, why can't I was thinking of it earlier, and I can't remember. It's and it's bugging me. And again, we don't have had any sun since Christmas again. Now it's gone again. It must have been. I think it's the world's forest fires that made it so cloudy for us here now. And it just rains, no snow. Oh, finally he could. Oh my God, Robert, you have the same glasses as I do. We have the same look on them. I wonder if it is the same. What plus size are you on your reading glasses, Robo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's sirloin. There's sirloin, top sirloin, bottom sirloin. Sirloin. I just looked up.
Yeah, and what is the top line called then? In other words, in restaurant.
Well, starting all the way down, you've got sirloin, tenderloin, top sirloin, bottom sirloin, and then the flank. and the back part of the bull is called a round.
Oh, you're looking at a slaughtering scheme or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will try and find out the word I'm seeking for too then.
Yeah, I forget that even though I'm not on here, you can still see everything I do. So it's just as well I didn't do something bad, isn't it?
Well, poke your nose or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd say that is the American cuts. I wonder what the Australian ones are. I'll have to have a look now.
Coup de filet in French. Coup de filet. But that's not the word that I was looking for.
Filet.
No, fillet, something filleted are called. You're right.
Yeah, but it's French. It's cour de filet. Fillet. At the top of it. But it also has another name. Tornadoes! Tornadoes! That's what the word I was looking for.
Tornadoes.
See you later, Blake. Have a nice lunch. He got hungry now.
See you later, Blake.
See you, Blake.
My computer is getting sad now and then. It's get a black screen and then all of a sudden it's a Y blinking on it. Yeah, that's a popular one also, filet mignon. Yeah. Black and white is also an old school fillet, of course. So we will soon see pictures from Sydney, from the bridge there they do all the firecrackers from, or fireworks.
Yeah, but it's only going to be for 10 minutes this year.
Not to make people go out.
Well, nobody's allowed out to watch them anyway. They've closed off and policing all the best spots.
Yeah, well,
I fillet is the best cut of steak, apparently.
I fillet.
Yeah.
Oh dear, what's that? It sounds small.
I feel it. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I fillet. That's what I was trying to think of, and that's supposed to be the best part of the steak.
Ring eye fillet, is it?
Well, I'm going to have that tonight.
It's the dearest anyway out here.
The only thing that it needs to be cooked with such care, otherwise you can destroy it.
Yeah. If you cook it too much, you've had it. It's got to be served rare.
Yeah, it's just like it depends how thick it's going to be. And you just, it's like maximum 2 or 3 minutes on each side, and it's still going to be red inside.
Mm.
If it's that thick, otherwise it's less time, of course. That was a nice little bowl.
Yeah.
That was a nice grain in that one. That's not pine for sure. That's a different kind of tree.
I don't know actually. It might.
Well, it doesn't look like pine because you don't have the special pine features in it. It looks more like it's from a leaf tree, not a pine tree.
Desert ash.
Desert ash, yeah.
Yeah, that's certainly a leaf tree. What do you call foliage tree, or what do you call it in English? When it's not a pine, when it have leaves.
Evergreens.
Evergreens. I thought that was the ones that was green all year around.
That is.
But maybe your leaf trees never drop the leaves in Australia.
Most Australian trees actually are evergreens, but they still drop leaves. The average gum tree drops 5 ton of leaf litter a year.
Why can't you have it's? Do you know what it is, Tom? You have touched the switch. That's what you have muted yourself. Oh my God, Robert! How am I supposed to pronounce that?
Fur.
It's not a watch, Robert. He comes up now. What did he say?
Deciduous.
Deciduous. I can't even say that.
Deciduous. Deciduous.
Deciduous. Deciduous. Sorry, I said deck. I said deck.
Did you say this is hideous?
Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly. I almost.
Better than saying deck idiots.
Yeah, it's definitely better. Yeah. Well, I didn't say the bad word at least.
No, deciduous. The C is like an S.
You see, that confuses me a lot with the C's and the S's, because sometimes they are an K and sometimes they're an S, and that's utterly confused.
Yeah.
Deciduous. Ass. Well, it says ass.
That's excellent, Eva.
Well, Tommy spelled it out for me. Literally.
You copied that? Did you copy that out of the dictionary? Did you, Tommy?
Copied and pasted from Google.
Well,
Either that or he's gone back to spelling class.
Oh, that is English for me, yes.
Well, that's why we do it, Eva, with the English language. It's to confuse foreigners.
I get it. But
Damn it,
we laugh at everybody's trying to say number 7 in Swedish. We laugh so hard at them because they can't do it. That's the first trick in learning Swedish. If you can't say 7, then you have no future.
Well, what's 7 in Swedish?
Sju.
Quo.
Quo.
No.
Quiv.
Actually, Jay did that wording quite good for being a foreigner, actually. But we press it. It's so far back in the mouth and the tip of the tongue and all of that with a sh word. So it's sju.
Yeah.
It's very special. It's the same with hospital because it's sjukhus.
Say that again.
Sjukhus. And nurse, that's sjuksyster.
They sound very similar.
Yeah, because they both have the name sjuk in front, and sjuk means sick. So it's a sick sister that takes care of you in the hospital. And it's a sick building that we were in when we were at the hospital in Sweden. So that's why. The direct translations are so good. Oh, so Robo can't read or spell?
No, I was about to say, Tommy, you did a good job of it anyway.
There is no English don't have that word that we do. And we have a special one as well as the Dutch people with the G. Nobody can say the G because it's and even the Danish persons have almost similar word sounding like the Dutch G, but it's really, really hard to pronounce that. I can't do it. Try and say Grolsch with the right G in the beginning. It's Grolsch. You don't say the G. It's just a sounding kind of like
German.
That's what I was about to say. When you were coughing there, Robbo, you nearly had it then.
Yeah, actually he did. I'm sorry, all Dutch people.
I was about to answer, Tommy. Unfortunately, no such sound in Yorkshire. Well, they speak their own language down there anyway.
Well, yeah, they do in Yorkshire. In the Dales. I heard you call it the Dales, Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Because they have so much moors, is it? With the purple flower on?
What, the thistle?
Not the thistle. It's
That's Scotland.
Yeah, well, it's the low-growing. We have it too, but in Swedish it's so totally different. So we call it jung. So it's not calling that in English at all. It's something like weed, but not weed, and it's purple, and they like to have the bees go there and make honey.
Salvation Jane?
Grapevine.
Salvation Jane.
I don't hear what you're saying at the moment, but that's okay.
No. Well,
Salvation Jane.
We've got a thing out of here called Salvation Jane, or it has two names actually. Depends on whether you're a sheep farmer or a cattle farmer. Patterson's Curse.
Yeah, let's see if I can. Yeah, you're right, Tommy. Of course, it's Heather.
Heather, yeah. That's a name I don't like. That's my
What about
ex-wife's name.
Heather? What did she do?
That's my ex-wife's name.
I didn't even know that was the name of that flower or that plant.
Yeah.
So Heather is also a name after a plant.
You spelled it dead right, Tommy.
Oh, yeah, he did. According to the translator, at least.
Jeez, I'll tell you what, your translator must work overtime, I reckon.
Oh, I don't actually use it too much because usually I ask you guys because you're faster than me typing anyway. So. White Rose of York, the Red Rose of Lancashire. Why does that got me to think of the Scarlet Pimpernel? The movie Scarlet Pimpernel.
The War of the Roses. The War of the Roses.
It's a bummer you can't use voice text in YouTube. Why can't you make it? I thought you would. You should come join us, Tommy.
It'll remind Tommy that would remind me of the one where they install a voice activated lift in Scotland. There's a YouTube thing on it. It's a comedy skit, and the poor old voice doesn't recognise it, and it does all sorts of weird things. It goes up to the 10th floor and goes down the other one, and very funny.
It sounds omnibus to have a voice activating elevator, to be honest.
Well, everything else is becoming voice activated. Even bloody Jay uses Google. Tell me what.
Yeah. But isn't that Siri?
Nah. This
It's
one's
Google.
called it's Windows 10, and it's they got their own assistant, the actual Windows itself.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, doke. I probably seen it and never used it because I have Windows 10.
It's basically, hey, you've got Windows 10, did you say?
Yeah.
It's like, you know where you got your start, the square button in the bottom left-hand corner?
Yeah, of course I do.
And then you've got the type here to search next to that. Have you got that? Well, you can take that out.
What corner and what's are you talking about? The desktop
In the
or
taskbar. In the taskbar. In the taskbar down the bottom, if there's a white circle with black in the center of it, that's if you click on that, that's your Your assistant.
Uh-huh. You know, I have something that just keeps saying appointment now, and I don't know what they say appointment because I don't have an appointment, so I don't know why it's there even.
Laughing at Tommy. Tommy says that your voice recognition it doesn't do Yorkshire very well either, and it can spell every swear word though when it doesn't spell others.
Well trained for Australia then.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just had to.
Okay, you can stop now.
I did.
That's the Swedish national anthem, is it?
No, it doesn't go like that. I can sing it to you if you want to hear it.
Hang on, let me put you on mute and you can go for it.
Do you see the finger I'm pointing out in the air for you now, Jay?
No,
yeah,
we
I
can't.
can see it. Is it this one?
Yeah, exactly that one.
Okay.
Well, everybody thinks Waltzing Matilda is the Australian national song anyway.
They do.
Yeah, it is.
Waltzing Matilda, waltzing
Who
Matilda.
bloody killed her?
Oh dear. You so. Oh, what's the word? Violent, Jay, or no?
Yeah.
Syphilis and gonorrhea doesn't.
Waltzing Matilda, who bloody killed her? Come on, it rhymes. Don't be like that.
No,
so that's what it's about.
I reckon the national anthem should have been "We Are Australian," but anyway.
Do you have a didgeridoo in your national anthem?
No.
You should have.
I know we should have.
I met a German once. He was crazy about didgeridoo, so he liked to play like on a didgeridoo on my vacuum cleaner, the tube.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he pulled it, and then he just used a metal tube, and then it's with a mouse in there, and yeah, I was laughing so badly.
Well, it's basically how they play the didgeridoo. They every sound is just like them talking down into it. That's all.
Yeah, it's you using your breath and your lips.
Yeah, it's called cycled breathing. You breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth at the same time.
Yep.
I've tried it and I can't do it. I can't multitask.
Not that hard.
I think it's awesome that they come up with the idea so many thousand years ago to start to use an instrument like an open woodlog and then you kind of make sounds in it and it become musical.
Mm. No, I love the sound. I love the sound of a didgeridoo.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a lot of the way they made music a long time ago. That's really interesting. Since today they actually come up with the idea you can use a string of a piece of string and a nail and some wooden body of it with a hole in it, and then it will make the sound larger, and then all of a sudden you have a string instrument. It's absolutely That's just come up with that idea to start with. It's fascinating.
I was very lucky. I worked in Grit Island, which is an Aboriginal, big Aboriginal reserve in Northern Territory, and I was invited to a corroboree there, one of the few white men to actually see a full corroboree. And there was one bloke there that played the didgeridoo non-stop for 24 hours.
Oh my God. That sounds religious in some way.
No, it was the male initiation ceremony, actually.
How could they do that? That's awesome, impressive, I would say.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely fantastic. unfortunately, I'm sworn to secrecy about what happens there, so I don't say anything about it.
Of course you should not. It's not for us to know. We have to be there to know it.
That's right.
Some things are very good, very well, should be kept secret, actually. We don't need to know everything. My philosophy on that is that if it's anything I need to know, I will know it when time's come for it.
That's right.
It's like when it happens, stuff happens, and you get curious, and they get gossip or anything like that. If I am meant to hear it, it will come to me sooner or later anyway. So, and it always does.
People don't tell me gossip anymore because I lived in a very small town once that only had about 100 people living in it. And every time somebody come around, they'd say, "Oh, did you hear that so-and-so did this?" And I'd say, "No, that doesn't sound right." So I'd get on the phone while they were there and ring up the person they're talking about and say, "Listen, I heard this, Jack, that such and such and such." "No," he says, "that's not what happened. This is what happened, you know." I'd say,
Yeah.
That's what I figured. So they've found out very early not to bother telling me bloody gossip or anything else.
Because you destroyed it right away.
Yeah, but by the same token, I always knew who in the town just have a quiet word in their ear so as I could get the whole message spread around the town very rapidly.
Yeah. There's always going to be one of those. Gossip, well, we call them a bad word sheep here, kind of like. When they can't hold in anything they get to know about the person, that even if it's true or not, and most of the time this type of gossip is actually really, really bad. But
most gossip is.
Yeah, especially when it's made up and not from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
Chinese whispers.
I get people that tell me things and say, "Look, I don't want anybody else to know about it," and I get told them because they know I will not repeat it. And then about 3 weeks later, they're talking to Julie, my wife, and about something, and she say, "Oh, I didn't know about that." He said, "Well, we told Robbo about it," and Julie just replies, "If you tell Robbo not to tell anybody, he just won't do it. He doesn't even tell me."
No, but that is the way it should be, because that's how you start spreading stuff also, because someone tells you in confidence, and then all of a sudden you tell your spouse, and then your spouse tells that person and that person and that. Well, you know how the story goes.
Mm.
And usually when it's hearsay, the story changes along the way. It never stays the same. Yeah.
Everybody's got to add their little embellishment onto it.
Yep. And all of a sudden it's blown totally out of proportions.
Yep.
Is that what they call it? Chinese whispers?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said before.
Yeah. We don't have that kind of say here in Swedish.
You'd probably have something equivalent. It's where used to be a favourite among scout troops and things, that you'd line up all the scouts in a long line.
Whisper in each other's ear, and you see how the story changed.
Exactly,
yeah. Especially if it's more than one word.
Mm.
And it usually is.
Oh, it is. It's a complete sentence. So.
Yeah. And then it gets just blown out of proportions to the third person already, usually.
But the same thing happens with witnesses at accidents and things like that. If there's 10 people there, you'll have 12 versions.
Yeah, but and you the thing is that you can't let them talk to each other before you interrogate them, because then you get the wrong story anyway, because they influence each other or what they have seen and not seen.
Many years ago, in conjunction with the police, the ambulance service, the state emergency service, and Monash University, we conducted an experiment in the town where I was living. We had a bright red van that had the number plates 123 on it. There was a woman in an orange dress walking down the street. 3 blokes dressed in black pants with mauve jackets got out and grabbed the woman and bundled her into the van and sped off.
Yeah.
There must have been 100 people that saw it all happen. And man, it was interesting reading the interviews afterwards of, yeah, she wore a red dress with a black hat. Oh no, wait, maybe she had her own shoes on. And yes, Robert, that's it. Yeah, and there was only 3 or 4 out of about 85 that actually got the facts exactly right.
Yeah, but it's true what Thomas says, because the brain works like that. It's the brain that puts in stuff that we think should be there.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That
too.
makes sense. And if we watch too much TV and stuff, and especially about crimes and stuff, I would suspect that we will use our mind with those things we've seen there, because those are the nearest we know of.
Someone's
Not
got
necessarily the truth.
Someone's got a bit trigger happy with the fireworks.
We had people doing firework yesterday.
Yeah, we'll get a few around here too, because there's fairly large acreage around here on some properties. So yeah, Robert, that's the one. Send reinforcements. We're going to advance. By the time I got to the end of the line, it was what was it? Send refreshments or something. We're going to a dance.
Yeah, that's very, very resembling to the starting.
Won't be dry properly yet, Jay.
Yeah, I was just feeling the back out.
Oh, you were just nosy. You could actually say it's dark in your place today, Jay.
Yeah, it's actually dark out.
No sound and no pigeon in the background.
No, he's asleep.
Oh, he won't be asleep for so much. Oh, I feel so sad for the birds and the dogs and the cats and everything this time of the year. It gives me a stomach ache.
That's
even.
It. Yeah, send 3 and 4pence. We're going to a dance. That's it. I couldn't remember the first bit.
Yeah, well.
God, you must be old like me, Robert.
Bloody hell.
No, I learned a long time ago to only deal in facts. And if I never believe anything that anybody tells me, I'll go and check for myself.
I'll make sure I edit Wikipedia before I tell you anything then.
I was actually at a place where people were talking about it was a rape that had happened. And then some people were starting saying that the girl was lying and just trying to frame the guy and all of that. And everybody was kind of like starting to talk bad about the girl. And then I couldn't have it. So I just had enough. And I said, well, look here, you weren't there. You don't know what happened. So why do you have to kind of try to figure it out? You don't know what happened. So just shut up.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was pissing me off. They were going off so badly, and it was clear something happened. But yeah, framing a guy by claiming he raped you when he didn't do it, it's an absolute hideous way to do.
Yep.
It's almost as bad as actually raping a girl. So
the worst part about that is that the stigma sticks no matter what happens.
Yeah, that is the fact. It's like all them fathers out there that has been wrongfully accused of being molesting their children, and they haven't.
Exactly.
It's you can't wash it off. When you got that stamp on you, it sits there, and that is such a ugly way to end the relationship and start to backmouthing and stuff like it. It's just horrible. And I just hate people that lies that bad.
Yeah.
It makes
And
me angry.
it's silly. It's in some cases it's just a little statement that gets out of hand. Like a friend of mine has just been investigated by the police, social services. Thing is, he held a fairly responsible position in the school, and he was the coach of the football team and a couple of other things, all the young kids, girls and boys. And his daughter happened to say, "Dad hit me." And she told the girlfriend at school, and she went and reported it to the headmaster. And the next thing he's being investigated. And what it turned out was, yes, he had slapped her across the knee for bad mouthing somebody or something, and he just gave her a little slap.
Yeah,
But
I get it.
took 6 months. He lost his coaching job. He nearly had to resign from teaching and everything else.
Yeah, and that's kind of, yeah, I don't know how it is there, but you can't hit your children over here. You can actually be charged by that, but it's and that's why the teachers in the schools here stand so well in other places too, because we have actually had bad cases with pupils attacking teachers.
Yeah, we've had the same out here.
Yeah, and nothing happens to them, the
No,
pupils, but the teacher is scarred for life.
there's a big thing at the moment. They're trying to attract more males into the teaching profession, but the males aren't taking up teaching for the simple reason that they can get into so much trouble just speaking to a girl the wrong way,
Some bits of it it's actually gone blown out of proportion, but to speak to a girl in a wrong way, I must say the only thing that's absolutely wrong is talking to especially a pupil. It's by using any sexual assumption whatsoever. That's the wrong way.
No,
And
well, a classic example is that you cannot even say to a student, "Oh, you look very nice today." And that to me is just totally wrong,
Yeah, but of course, if you're really bad, oh, that's assumed that I looked very bad yesterday. That's just bullshit. That kind of thinking, I think. But it's so much. It's become like a stigma with all the fact that people. Oh, did he fall out a bit? His net fall out, I think. That it's focusing a bit on the wrong things and on small pieces instead of getting the whole picture in a good way. So that's why everybody think everything is so easy offended today. I think everybody seems to kind of, instead of taking stuff serious, they just say, "Oh, you're so easily offended," and then you jump over really, really bad stuff that actually are supposed to be offending, and yeah, it's just gets a mess.
Like last night, or 2 days ago at least, Sarge was on, and his daughter, of course, is there as well. And she's got an absolutely beautiful smile, And I said to Sarge, I said, "Please don't take this the wrong way." I said, "But your daughter has an absolutely magnificent smile." I said, "Her whole face just lights up, And he said, "No, I know exactly what you mean. Thank you." But if you did that in a supermarket or somewhere, they're likely to have you up on bloody sexual harassment charges.
Yeah, you would be a dirty old man then, Bravo.
Yeah.
But yeah, people have to also realize that you come from another time where
that's right,
where you were supposed kind of like to say stuff like that to each other, to cheer each other up and stuff like that, to be polite and all of that. It has nothing mean whatsoever behind it.
I reckon that's half the problem with the bloody world today. Compliments aren't taken as compliments; they're taken as harassment or something like that.
It's been blown out of proportion. What is an offense or not an offense. It's been it's just focusing on the small bits. Like you said turd, and I said something else, and blah blah blah, and
Yeah,
it's just blown out of proportion, and not focusing on the really bad stuff, because it gets lost in the translation, kind of like.
yeah.
It gets lost, so you kind of mask the bad stuff behind the pettiness or something like that.
Yeah.
What did you say now, Tom? Let's see. A mate of yours could not get home
Yeah.
for a
No,
fortnight.
yeah.
All right.
That's just stupidity at its grossest, I reckon, Tommy.
That's happening too often, I say, Tommy. Really too
Hey,
often, all over the world. Welcome
Yeah,
back, Jay.
wait on. Yes, Joe.
thank you. I'm gonna go. You can stay in here. I'll leave the live running. I really don't care. I got endless internet, so you can stay in here and just when you leave, it'll end.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
let's see how long. We can't invite anybody, though. That's the pity.
Oh,
that's
that's
all right.
oh well. You get
That's
that.
okay. All right. All right, Jay, you have a good night then.
Yep.
Happy New Year's, Jay.
Yeah. Happy New Year. See you next year.
See you
Yeah,
next
see
year.
you next year, Joe.
See you, Tommy, Robert, Karen.
Whoever else is in there.
Yep.
Yeah, is there anybody else in there? There should be some people in there, shouldn't there?
Yeah. There's 2 other people that aren't talking.
Oh, right. Well, I think
Well,
Justin might be in there.
Yeah.
Well, it might be me and Robbo.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. I'll see you later.
All right, see you, Jay. Thank you.
No
See
worries.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. It's, well, to come back to it, wrongfully accuse someone of something such bad as that is really, really horrible, actually.
Yeah. I think it's ridiculous, and everybody's just too scared to say anything anymore. The fear of being drawn and quartered or hung for it.
Well, yeah, well. It seems like the politeness have gone bonkers. It's gone outweigh, or it's just exaggerated into other stuff.
You know, politeness and common courtesy has gone out the door. Like I held a door open for a woman about 3 or 4 weeks ago going into an office building. And she said, I'm quite capable of opening the door myself, you know.
But those, Robo, those women are those that haven't really understood what it's all about with the women liberation stuff. Because you say thank you and then you move on. That's what I do.
Yeah. So I slammed the door shut and locked it. I said, get in now, and just kept going.
That was a good one, Robo.
She had to wait for the staff to come down and open it.
Yeah, but if she's behaving, I mean, it has nothing to do with that. It's just a courtesy to open the door to the person behind you. It could have been a guy behind you, and you would still had the door open.
Yeah, I do the same for anybody. Like,
exactly.
When I'm going into lifts or anything else, if it's kids or bloody mums, dads, and the doors are about to close and I can see they're coming down the hallway to get into the lift, I'll put my hand across the door to keep it open, you know.
Yeah, that's what you do because that's polite, and you don't care what gender it is. You just do it. So, I do the same.
Yes, I agree with you, Robert, that wrongful accusations should have consequences.
Yeah, but well, it's we talk about here in Sweden. Oh, we are so woman liberated, blah blah blah. The suffragettes, I almost said, but stuff like that, and it's kind of it's sometimes gone to the part that the men gets actually lost because they don't know what to do because they get accused blah blah for everything, anything, all the bloody time. Sorry for the bloody there, but
bloody's all right. That's a good Australian. That's a good Australian word. Bloody.
It works with UK too. But it's kind of it's blown out the normal courtesy and the respectfulness toward another human being, which
Exactly.
is gone down the drain.
Like these days, if there's an accident or something, nobody goes to help. They all just pull their phones out and start photographing.
Exactly. And there's been discussions here to try and make that into actually, I had a good 2 summers ago. We have because we rarely have really hot and nice weather.
Hey,
And
Tommy, gone, Eva, sorry.
yeah. And it's and we had it's as I said, it's hot really rarely and well, not anymore, but and then people parked all over, so there was hardly any space to get through the beach, and there was some drowning situation, and the rescue people couldn't even get there because the parked all over the place, and a guy drowned. He died because people were standing and everybody around it were pulling up the phones and filming everything instead of aiding the people to rescue the guy. So the guy died.
No, well, isn't it illegal in Sweden, Norway, and Denmark to actually drive past an accident scene without offering assistance?
Say that again.
Well, I read somewhere many years ago that it's actually an offence. You can be fined or jailed for driving past. If you're the first on the scene of an accident, you can be fined if you don't stop to render assistance.
Yep.
Yeah. I reckon that's a good law, that one.
You're supposed to help the next one, humankind you find in trouble, even or animals, even if it's really bad. And yeah. I think isn't it like that in UK too?
No, I don't think so. It's not in Australia.
I thought it was like that in some states in America, though.
Possibly. Germany, another one, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's in some places.
It's like northern part of Sweden. It's a tiny bit of Australia because there can be kind of vast distances between towns, and some people they travel like here is 10 kilometers is 1 Swedish mile, and some people can have 20 miles to work. They have to they do that every day, 40 miles back and forward, and during that travel you be in wasteland a lot of the time and just go through small villages and stuff like that with like maybe 20 houses in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
I used to drive 72 kilometres to work every day and home again. 150 kilometres a day I used to do.
Yeah, I know. It's because up there it's more mountain area and stuff like that, and yeah, it depends how far up north you go. If you go above the polar circle, but yeah, it's not suitable to live all over the place, and usually people are around the rivers and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're out there and not too many cars go by and have an accident, it's a life or death situation if you don't get help.
Oh, that's right. Like a friend of mine ran off the road. It was 5 days before he was actually found, and his wife and I found him. Like,
because you were out searching.
Yeah, we were out looking for him, and admittedly, it was hard. He'd run off the edge of the road and gone down about 40 or 50 feet, and the trees had sprung back behind him again.
Yeah. How do you even start to find that?
Well, the police couldn't find it or anybody else, but we just carefully went over the route, and Wendy would walk for 3 or 4 kilometres, and then I'd get out of the car and walk for another 3 or 4 kilometres just looking off the edge of the road.
Yeah, did he have some water or something with him to survive that?
No. Oh, yeah, he had the water bottle in the car, but he was pinned in the car. He couldn't get out.
But he did survive.
Oh yeah. Funny
Well,
part
that's
is
good.
he doesn't like that road anymore, and I can't imagine why.
How strange.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, but that's what you heard about over here is that if you're going to go on a drive with a car, especially in the wastelands and stuff like that, you need to bunker up with water, you need to bunker up with gasoline, you need to bunker up with a lot of stuff. And if you get car trouble, stay by the car. Don't move
That's it.
around.
Well, that's the golden rule in Australia, particularly in the outback. You do not leave your vehicle under any circumstances, because
Yeah, but don't
because
they
the
use
vehicle can be.
helicopters a lot?
Yeah, but a person wandering alone in the scrub, even though there's not much scrub out in the outback, it's a very hard thing to see. But a car is fairly easy to see from the air.
Yeah, not to talk about the wildlife around there.
Yeah.
And if it's hot and sunny, you don't have any shade, you don't have any. I mean, you can't carry that much water with you if you're going, but you're gonna need a couple of liters with you.
You
But
need
that's.
to
I
survive.
watched
You
a
need
lot
2 liters
of.
a day.
Yeah, I watched a lot of survival stuff and stuff about Australia a long time ago because I always wanted to go there and I never got there. But for now,
Yeah.
I wanted to do the. A lot of Swedish people like to go there. You buy a cheap car and then you go around all over from the south to the north and all
Oh
that.
yes, we love the Swedish backpackers out here. They're just totally uninhibited. They strip off beside the car, have a tub wash, and then just put their clothes on.
Well, what should you do then?
Well, we look.
Well, they're in the suit God gave them.
and the biggest problem is they're all good looking.
Oh dear. Yeah, well, we like to. There's a lot of youngsters even today that likes to go to do that big trip in the world before you settle down. Some people they work for like 2 or 3 years, work like crazy. So they have a lot of money, so they don't get stopped in the border because they don't can provide for themselves because they have this 3 month visa or something. Because you don't go to Australia for a fortnight, you go there for a bit, so you can go all over the place. To Darwin, the Great Barrier Reef, to the south, Tasmania, and even some goes to New Zealand too, because they in that part of the world.
Yeah, well,
It
it's a
was
big
nice.
country.
Nice to see you too, Robbo. No, Rob, I meant it's nice to see Robbo, of course, but Happy New Year, Rob and Karen.
Yes. Same to you, Robert. I hope it's a better year than last year, I'll tell you.
Yeah. I start to wonder where I'm going to get the vaccine.
Well, I guess you'll get it before we do.
I'm not too sure because I'm probably in the second. The first wave is the old people in the old people homes because they really suffered in Sweden because so many died, and they
same out
never.
here.
Yeah, and they
Same.
never get to hospital
No.
to get the proper treatment because I guess in a bad situation like this is that they won't put people that won't survive anyway into the ER care.
Yeah, well, that's right. Like, it's a terrible situation to be in, but it's a triage thing, and
Yeah.
I've seen it in the military where on a battlefield where they had to decide whether to treat somebody or not. I've seen it at car accidents as well.
Yeah. It sounds really, really bad, but it's the way it has to be but it's so sad. So many people should not have died because they should have, and they didn't get viziers for their faces, gloves, and the protective gear, in some even face masks and stuff in the old people home. The staff never got the stuff.
No, well, that was the same in Australia, unfortunately. And plus, what happens in Australia too is that of the staff, a lot of them work in 4 or 5 different locations over a week. You know, like they might be Monday in this one, Tuesday in the next one, Wednesday in somewhere else. They had to stop that.
Yeah.
So that they,
but the only way to stop it would actually be, or the safest way would actually be, to have the staff living in those old folks' homes with them, to be in an enclosed bubble, so you don't get in and you don't get out, and as soon as anybody is confirmed, it's isolated somewhere or brought out, and then you have to.
That's
what do you mean by the jab?
A needle.
Ah.
And that's the way the English government is working. It's all the frontline workers that are getting the needles first, which is good, because if they catch it, we're all buggered.
But I'm kind of confused a little bit with this, because you can have the bug on you, but it doesn't infect you if you have a vaccine. But if you have the bug on you, then it can transfer to another person that doesn't have the vaccine.
Well,
in my world, so
that's why they're trying to vaccinate everybody. And of course, we got the anti-vaxxers that say, "Oh, it's all a conspiracy and a con," you know.
Yeah. Don't go there, Robo.
No, I won't.
Because it's just silliness. It's right. I can choose not to take. Yeah, and then you choose to be insulated in your little bubble and never come out. Then, thank you. Yeah, it's like with polio, red pox, and all of them.
Yeah, measles.
By the way, weren't they declaring Africa free of polio now?
Well, polio was eradicated.
No, but Africa had polio.
No, it's only made a comeback.
It's made a comeback, because I thought they were somewhere. I read something about somewhere they got vaccines for all of the population, so they couldn't get it anymore. And I thought it was in Africa, perhaps. But it's starting to come back here, because there was some Swedish person that read on the net about how horribly wrong it is with vaccines and stuff. So they don't vaccine their kids. So they have sickness parties when someone have chicken pox or whatever. Oh, we bring all our kids so they get it.
Yeah. Oh, chicken pox isn't bad, but polio is a bit of a worry. I lived through the first or the last wave of polio in Australia.
Yeah, and there's some other of them. I don't know the English name for them. That's can be. If you get chickenpox the second time, which you can do if you're unlucky. Yeah. For males, that's really, really bad, I heard, at least if you're in your productive years. Because you could get sterile from that.
Mumps, I think that is.
I thought it was the guy's sperm that gone useless.
Yeah, that's right, Tommy. Like, there's carriers. Like Tommy says that mate's wife had it either, but he and their grandson that lives with them never had it. And there's carriers that never ever suffer any symptoms from it.
Yeah, and that's the mystery with COVID too. But on the other hand...
that's what he's talking about.
It is what that's... So I would suspect that they have 2 different blood types then. That the grandson and he maybe were, as they were speculating, in that type O. And if she's an AB, then she would not be able to... What? 5 times? You're supposed to be anti something when you had it once.
No, you can get it a couple of times.
Well, that is the one where you get the itchy little thingies, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like mosquito bites all over you.
Yeah, and it's itchy as bad word. I had that. I remember it because it was all over my back and it was so itchy and I was crazy about the itch. I never had it in the face. I had it on my back.
Yeah, well, it's mumps that causes the sterility men.
I have no idea what mumps is. I have to Google that.
Yeah, well, yeah, have a look. Save me having to embarrass myself by telling you.
I just have to switch the word English to Swedish, and then I have to... Ah, yes. Oh, so that's what you call that. Oh, I had that too.
Yeah,
That was horrible.
I must admit, I've never had the mumps. I've had chicken pox, I've had measles, and all the other ones. I've never had shingles. My wife had shingles 18 months ago, and she got it on her face.
What is shingles? I don't know what that is either.
Fortunately, it cleared up nicely, but a lot of people nearly go blind with it.
Oh, that's horrible. Oh, is that? Oh, that's the. Isn't that what you can get from getting chicken pox the second or third way around?
No, I don't think so.
But if you had added antibodies against chicken pox, then you can get that instead of chicken pox. Yeah, especially as it goes all the way around, I heard, then it's worse and worse, and it's painful like, oh, there's no words for it even.
Yeah, I'll be back in a second, Eva. I'm going to put the kettle on and make myself a cup of tea, all right?
Okie dokie. Talk to Tommy in between.
And I'm not, unfortunately, I'm not on the radio-controlled headset in this one.
It's okay. You're forgiven, Robbo.
Thank you.
There's a lot of disgusting sickness you can get. But I got the normal baby vaccines and stuff like that. But I can understand why people are afraid, though, since wasn't it with the swine flu when there was some percentage of the kids that actually got narco. Huh, I forgot the word for it. Narco something. When they sleep all the time, they can't wake up. They fall asleep all of suddenly. Narcolepsia. Maybe it's the chicken pox I'm after. Yeah. Or the measles? I think I had the measles, actually. I wonder if we didn't have the vaccine for it back then. Oh, didn't we talk about the chicken pox? Yeah, it's so hard with the names because it's so different. I mean, to what we call it. So it's really it's really hard to try and keep up with all the different names. Mumps, that was a funny word. I can't help it. It was really funny. I have the mumps. Looking like a hamster, I have the mumps. I'm sorry, but at least I had fun. So, Tommy, it was a pity that your microphone didn't work. I wonder if nobody came here and watched us. People are busy trying to get the dinners. Are you going to eat something special tonight, Tommy, you and your family? I believe you are 3 people in that little family for now. At least you talked about 3 people. I could do with a second. Oh, lamb. How are you going to cook it? Roast it in the oven? A lamb leg? Oh, roasted lamb leg with garlic and thyme and nom 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 nom. That sounds nice. Are you going to have some special roasted potatoes also with that? And the English favorite gravy. I'm not sure what potato to have with the meat today. I actually do what Jamie Oliver actually did for a show a long time ago about your Christmas potatoes. How you boil them a bit first, and then you made sure you roughen them up a little bit, and then you put them in the oven for like an hour so they get crispy on the outside with a lot of butter on them. And we have another version of it. We do a Swedish way when we kind of slice a potato, but not fully through. So you get like it's looked like it's full of stripes, and then you cook that with a lot of butter. And preferably you open the oven and use a spoon and pour over the potatoes. Meanwhile, you cook them also with the butter until they get nice roasted. Yeah, I learned it that you get the best oven baked potatoes, roasted potatoes that way. So I try to do it like Jamie Oliver does it. He did a Christmas special here, like maybe 10 years ago or something. Since then, I try to do it like that. And it works. It's nice. But I don't like gravy to that type of potato, you know. When I have in gravy, I want to have just boiled potato. Maybe because I'm Swedish and we usually have lingonberries to that, and that's really nice with gravy and mashed potato or boiled potato. That's a nice combo. Then you get with lingonberries, you get something that's sweet sour. It really fits in there. So we're talking food now.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, parboiling potatoes or any vegetables before you start roasting them makes them a hell of a lot quicker and keeps them tender.
Yeah, but they get more crispy on the outside when you boil them a bit first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they get like a second scale or peel on them, because usually that's what I've done before.
Yeah.
And then you cut the potato like in small boats, I call it, when you first in half, and then you cut the next bit in like 3 pieces and stuff on the length of the potato. So you get like, it looks like oranges pieces.
Yeah.
But boil them a bit first. And cook them to crisp.
We had roast lamb for Christmas dinner, actually, with all the trimmings.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, with
I like a good lamb leg with the that you do in a high temperature, so you get a nice kind of brown surface on it, but it's tender and moist and almost bloody inside.
No, the best way of cooking lamb is to start about an hour earlier than you need to and set it on a very, very low heat and let it cook gently. And it's so tender it just about falls off.
Yeah, it should fall off most of the time. I overcooked my ribs, actually. They fall off too easy from the bones.
I'm not a fan of ribs. There's no food on a rib as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it depends how they are slaughtered
yeah, true. I know Americans go crazy over bloody ribs.
But they do beef ribs also. Actually, and that's not the same. Beef ribs is not the same. It needs to be pig ribs, I say. Nothing beats a full barbecued pig, though.
This is true.
That is so delicious.
Yeah, done over a big fire or hot coals, and you just grab a knife and take a slice off.
It almost falls onto your plate afterwards. Yeah.
Oh, you got me drooling now, Eva.
Yeah, and it takes some time to doing it. You need to prepare. It's like, is it 12-hour cooking or something for a whole pig?
Yeah.
Something like that. And I saw it like the American way. They build it up with loose bricks.
Yep.
And how to maintain with the air corridors and stuff like that, and how to maintain the wood underneath. And then they put like on a chicken net, or what you call it, like put the pig inside a net and with some good handles on it so you can turn it midway. And then you needed to have some sort of lid on there to make it a bit more enclosed cooking area.
No, we used to just do it over an open fire with wasn't exactly a rotisserie motor, but it was a geared down electric motor just to keep it turning for 12 hours.
Yeah, but it's still nothing.
And I agree. I agree with you, Tommy. Ribs are all bone and no meat.
That's why you need so many. Some people like to chew on the bones, you know.
Oh yeah, I know.
And that probably meant something naughty somewhere when I said it like that, but
No,
I don't care.
Just means they've got a bad mind.
Well, that's good. At least that one didn't come out wrong. But yeah, it's like pork chops with bones. It's like the bones are the best bits.
We used to have a dog, and you're not supposed to feed a dog cooked bones or anything, but we used to. And there wasn't much meat on a bone after I'd had it, I tell you.
But I heard you should not give chicken, pork, and something else to the dog because the bones are too brittle, so they break into small pieces and can.
Yeah, well, that's why you're not. That's why you're not supposed to give them cooked bones too, for that reason.
Oh, so that is the big issue then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people usually in the best stores you can get the marrow bones, just bones that's not cooked for the dog to be chewing on. It's good for the teeth. It's good for them to have something to do. I wish you could do the same with cats.
Cats are fussy.
You say that. Mine cats are more than fussy. They don't eat fish. They don't eat raw fish. They don't eat boiled fish either.
Our cat used to love sardines.
No, they used to like herring over here. That's what my cats usually before them. But no, they don't want to have that. And if you get a jar of or a canned food for them, they just lick the sauce and don't eat the meat. And then somebody come up with the idea to make some cat soup. Actually, there is to buy cat soup. That's just the sauce, but then they put some chicken bits in it. Like you could see it's chicken, and it's just a few strings of chicken in there, and they don't even eat that.
Yeah. And it's funny, they'll eat something for a bloody month, and then suddenly they just won't eat it anymore.
Yeah, my cats don't have the food they like right now, but they eat it to keep not from starving and to be not hungry, so to say.
Oh yes, it's amazing what you'll eat if you're starving, I tell you.
Yeah, but cats actually are different from dogs. They don't benefit from like having one day with no food, like dogs would benefit from actually having fast 1 day a week or something like that, even 2 days a week or something. Because cats don't, it's something with the liver, they start deteriorate if they don't get food or something. Somewhere I got it from a vet show somewhere. It might not be true, I don't know, but cats out in the wild, they do starve also. Well, it depends. If you can get a little mouse or a bird every day, then you're not starving, then you get something.
Yeah, well, that's right.
But my cats are funny. They are free range with the food, so I just fill the bowl once a day.
Yep.
And then they are so funny. They go and eat like a tablespoon, and then they go again, and then 2 hours later they come back and eat another teaspoon maybe, and then they go away, and an hour later they come back and have another.
Yeah, they graze. Not like a dog. A dog will wolf everything down in one hit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's food. I better eat it when it's there.
That's right, yeah. Geez, I mightn't get anything else.
Oh, whoop, Jay. Aren't you in bed? I almost said. Is it 1 hour left now?
No, another hour and a half yet.
Yeah, so nice spending New Year's Eve with you, Bravo.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I don't mind. I like talking to you.
Oh,
Always something funny coming out there.
I've had a funny life.
Yeah, so much happened, but that's if you talk to a person with your life experience, there's always something funny to be told, or well, you're experienced, so it's kind of interesting to hear.
Yeah, just certain things remind me of things that happen sometimes.
Why can't you get back in? Did you close the window? Can't you retract the window, reopen it? Is someone talking to you? Wrong PC. Oh, you're inside. You mean we have to reopen a thing for you to come back?
No, he's on the wrong computer. That's what it is.
Yeah, he gone inside.
He was out in the shed and he's gone inside.
Yeah, that's the thing. Isn't you and Amber preparing some nice food now to have, or some? I think I actually have some sparkling stuff in the cupboard. I need to put it in the fridge. No, you can't add yourself. That's what I said. How can we? We can't. Yeah, that's just what it is. We can't get you back in. I told you that before. If you're gone, we can't let anybody in. So, what's the topic we should have now then? Yeah, Tommy, that's a good thing. Run outside and add yourself. That's the best idea we had actually so far. I bet he would do that.
I can just imagine Jay running outside now to put himself back on the computer.
Yeah. I think he will actually, because he stop talking.
I don't know. I'm not sure even if it should work. Yeah.
Yeah, but his shed is not that far from the.
No, 2 steps outside the back door. In fact, if you take 3, you go fast.
You want us to close this and start it again, and then we have to get Tommy in again and all of that. We could do that if you wanted to.
Yeah, we can do that for you, Jay.
And Tommy, you will get a new link then.
Okay, we'll get out and wait for the link for you, Jay. All right.
We soon return. See you.
I'll be back.
Hasta la vista.